There are days, perhaps seasons in life, when everything feels heavy. A profound weariness sets in, not just physical tiredness, but a fatigue of the spirit. Motivation wanes, purpose feels distant, routines become burdens, and the simple act of facing another day can feel overwhelming. You might feel stuck, disillusioned, simply tired of life itself. If you've ever felt this way, know that you are not alone. Even Marcus Aurelius, the Emperor of Rome, a man bound by immense duty, felt this deep reluctance. His Meditations reveals candid struggles with wanting to stay in bed, feeling the pointlessness of repetitive tasks, and questioning the value of it all. Yet, he didn't succumb. He used his Stoic philosophy not to magically erase the feeling, but to reason with it, to reframe it, and to find the strength to act virtuously despite it. How did he combat this existential fatigue? What wisdom can we draw from his private struggles? Today, we explore Marcus Aurelius's powerful advice for when you feel tired of life. Welcome back to Stoic Journal. When weariness tempted Marcus to stay under the covers, his first recourse was to remember his nature and purpose. He would engage in a firm internal dialogue, reminding himself why he was here. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work. As a human being, what do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do? He saw humans as fundamentally rational and social creatures, designed for action and contribution. Our specific nature isn't to huddle inertly like plants or seek only pleasure like irrational animals, but to use our reason and act for the common good. Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants and spiders and bees going about their individual tasks, putting the world in order as best they can? And you're not willing to do your job as a human being? He'd challenge himself. This reminder of inherent purpose, that you were made for rational, virtuous action within the community, served as a powerful antidote to apathy. It reframed duty not as a mere burden, but as the fulfillment of his very nature. When tired of life, reconnect with your why. What is your function as a rational social being today? What small act of virtue or contribution can you perform? When life feels like too much, when the sheer scale of your duties or problems seems crushing, Marcus advises, break down the overwhelm by focusing only on the present action. Our minds tend to catastrophize by piling up past failures and future fears onto the present moment. Don't disturbances yourself by picturing your whole life at once, he wrote. Don't load yourself down with lists of things that might happen. Ask yourself about the situation you're in. Why is this so unbearable? Why can't I endure it? You'll be embarrassed to answer. He advocated dissecting challenges into their smallest constituent parts and dealing only with the task immediately at hand. Focus solely on performing this action right now, virtuously. Can you endure this moment? Can you perform this specific task with justice, patience, or courage? Usually, The answer is yes. The overwhelm comes from projecting that single moment infinitely into the future. By practicing Prosoché, intense focus on the present action, you make the unbearable bearable. You tackle the mountain one small, manageable step at a time. Don't worry about the whole journey. Just take the next right step virtuously. When weariness stems from feeling your struggles are uniquely significant or endlessly enduring, Marcus advises shifting your perspective. Use the power of reason to zoom out. First, embrace the cosmic perspective, the view from above. Contemplate the vastness of the universe, the immense sweep of time before you were born and after you are gone. Consider the countless empires, risen and fallen, the billions of lives lived and forgotten. How tiny a fragment of boundless abyss is allotted to each man, he reflects. In this vast context, your current troubles, however painful, shrink in significance. This perspective doesn't invalidate your feelings, but it lessens their overwhelming weight, reducing anxiety and self-pity. Second, layered upon this is memento mori, reflecting on impermanence. Everything is transient. Your problems, your successes, your pain, your pleasure, even your own life. Soon you'll be ashes or bones, a mere name, at most. Why be excessively attached to or disturbed by things that are inherently fleeting? Why let temporary difficulties poison the precious, limited time you do have? This awareness fosters detachment from outcomes, encourages focus on present virtue, the only thing with lasting significance in character, and promotes gratitude for the present moment. Combining the vastness of space-time with the brevity of life provides powerful perspective to counter the feeling that your current weariness is all-consuming or permanent. When fatigue makes you question the point, Marcus's fourth refuge is reconnect with reason and virtue, your inner citadel. Feelings of weariness, apathy, or despair are just that, feelings, impressions. They are not rational assessments of reality, nor do they diminish your capacity to act virtuously. Your governing faculty, hegemonicon reason, doesn't become fatigued by administering breath. It's not susceptible to fatigue, he might imply. Your core rational self remains capable even when the body or emotions feel tired. Remind yourself that your true worth lies only in your character, your commitment to virtue. Even on the hardest, most tiring day, you retain the power to choose a virtuous response, patience, endurance, justice, kindness. Be like the promontory against which the waves continually break, Marcus urged, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it. Your inner citadel of reason and virtue can stand firm against waves of fatigue and discouragement. Reconnect with your principles. Read a Stoic passage. Remind yourself of your capacity for rational thought and virtuous action. This inner resource is your unshakable core, your source of enduring strength. Finally, when life feels overwhelming and tiring, Marcus often advises simplify and focus on essentials. Much of our fatigue comes from mental clutter, worrying about trivialities, engaging in unnecessary activities, being distracted by non-essentials. Ask yourself about everything. Is this necessary? He prompts. Do less, better. By eliminating the non-essential, you conserve precious mental and physical energy for what truly matters: your duties, your virtue, your key relationships. This involves saying no more often, curating your information intake, avoiding pointless arguments or gossip, and focusing your efforts where they have the most impact according to your principles. Concentrate on a few things, Seneca advised similarly. Simplifying your focus allows you to perform essential tasks with greater presence and less friction, reducing the sense of being constantly drained and pulled in too many directions. Clear the clutter, focus on the vital few, and find energy restored. Feeling tired of life is a human experience, one even the greatest emperor-philosopher faced. But Marcus Aurelius shows us, through his meditations, that we don't have to be victims of this weariness. By actively applying Stoic principles, remembering our rational and social purpose, breaking down overwhelm into present actions, shifting our perspective through cosmic views and memento mori, reconnecting with our core of reason and virtue, and simplifying our focus, we can reignite our inner fire. These aren't cures for external difficulties, but tools for managing our internal response, transforming existential fatigue into focused, virtuous action. They remind us that even on the hardest days, the power to live well, to make the day good by our own internal standard, remains entirely within us. Find your purpose, focus your mind, accept what is, act virtuously, and the weariness will lose its grip. Thank you for exploring Marcus Aurelius's wisdom for tired times with Stoic Journal. Which of his strategies resonates most with you when facing life's weariness? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this offered strength, please like and subscribe. Remember your purpose, engage the present, and master your mind.